Hello and welcome back to the Dropout Dragon. Today is going to be a shorter video that is showcasing a 2v2 fight with somebody that I have on comms in the game. You won't be able to hear us talking, obviously, but this is a post-commentary kind of what went right, what went wrong, scenario in a 2v2 fight that you guys might find useful. Some of the commentary I have here will seem obvious to a lot of you, and some of it might not. We have a lot of new people, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. 2v2 is what do you need? You need big damage and a little bit of coordination. My first advice is definitely that. Understand your jump attack, what it means for you, and when an opening can be seen. In this beginning here, I don't do super well against these guys who are clearly coordinated. They know what they're doing. They know they can kind of pressure me in. Enda over here is another streamer and PvP tournament commentator. He is on my team, and both of them knew they had an opening to get that big hit. So what went wrong there? I let it happen. What went wrong again? I backed up to heal at a very dumb moment that they could punish, and then my heal was basically negated. I'm alive, but it's negated. I see he's doing a weapon art. I just go right in for that jumping attack, and in 2v2 that is the name of the game, finding openings for jumping attacks. I kind of moved off and I decided to disengage, and this is also another thing, is re-engaging and disengaging being a smart thing to do. In that case, they stopped recognizing me as a threat, and I was able to just come in real quick and get that big hit on him. And I'll tell you, that's going to be a recurring theme for you if you're playing this game with other people. I try to wake up there, and so did Enda, but, he can get out of that. It's not that difficult. But I have a ranged option. They're both pressuring Enda, who is, backing away from the both of their fairly substantial damage that they can chain you into. And because their backs are turned, boom, hit them with the Sacred Blade. Am I doing as much damage as I could be with this? No, it's just something I'm using as an option. I knew I could dodge out of that, so I went okay. This guy's still trying to chain Enda from behind, and I'll just go into that jumping attack. Boom. Enda gets hit by another one, and this guy gets thirsty for it. So not only does he get hit in the back while he wasn't looking by the range attack, he gets hit by that jumping attack because he got too thirsty for Enda's low health. This guy's going to have the same problem. I get that running attack. It just chains him in for what Enda can walk up and do the big L1. This is something you have to be aware of in these fights. You are going to take a crap ton of damage if one dude hits you one time. Enda goes down. He was lightninged out. But I know as I get lower, I need to kind of keep these dudes aware of my existence while at the same time not being hit, because that is a big deal. Enda spawned back in. I went ahead and got that jumping attack, and again, they got thirsty thinking that because I was by myself, I could just be chained. And normally they're right, but again, jumping attacks being as strong as they are in this game, I can just kind of trade with it and say, you know what, I got enough health to deal with it, and it's whatever. This guy does get a fancy little quick step backstab on me. I'm not sure if that's the play in a 2v2 because the animation takes too long. You are both invincible, obviously, but at the same time, you're kind of taking yourself out of what could be, a big jumping attack. Because again, jumping attack, jumping attack, jumping attack. This guy with the lances knows it because he's doing almost exactly what I'm doing and knows he's just waiting for those big openings. Now, at this point, I'm going to trust Enda to 1v1 him. It's okay to trust your opponent. All I got to do is hit this guy once. I'm just trying to bait him in. He's playing a little bit passive. He should play passive. I don't know about that one. I wouldn't have gone with that weapon art just on the 1v1. Thought he would come back in again, and again, I'm just throwing out those attacks just to be like, come back into me, try to punish me, because all I have to do is trade. However, now he's trying to quick step again, so I throw out that L1, which actually catches him outside of the backstep, and because I trusted my teammate, look at him. He took out the other guy, no problem. So my teammate here, End of the Lion, PvP commentator, you better believe we're both talking during this match. And now we're resetting to neutral because we can throw out our buffs and feel good about it for a moment. But right now, I no longer have my extra bit of health for my flask, so I'm in the danger zone. I make a bad choice here to jump attack just out of the open, and that was a really bad weapon art on my part, which of course allows them to chain in both their attacks. That coordinated 2v2 right there, that is it. That's what you're supposed to do. The way they punished my movement, that is it. And then I got chained by both of them, and because of the amount of damage you're going to receive in Elden Ring, it's going to hurt. So Enda is low again, which means these guys are going to get thirsty. And he does get finished off. They got thirsty, and now they're going to say, okay, there's only one of them, so we're just going to go into it. Now all I have to do is just kind of get away from them keep myself alive and move into Enda's spawn, because they can't really hurt me there. They're going to get knocked over. So I can just move away and say, you know what, this isn't the engagement for me. Why trade and die when I can just back up and get by my teammate again? So I have enough opening for my flask again, and I'm just looking at it like, okay, here we are. I do kind of a bad trade there, I'm not gonna lie, but I come back with it, and I know he's gonna poke there. I'm again trusting Enda to deal with the guy 1v1 because he's shown that he can do it. So I don't have to super focus, and when I think about it, I can go, you know what? I can just kind of look at him and think maybe I can get a big attack there. If this guy goes for it again, it's over. Another big hit there, but you know, it is over. And I have been the victors of this fight with these clearly good guys. But everybody was kind of doing what they were supposed to be doing. There wasn't, you know, a whole lot of just running around for nothing. We were trying to trade attacks at the right period of time. We were going in for openings. My ranged attack was able to get some space when he was being chased down, and I was not choosing bad engagements on a 2v1. I was just like, you know what, I'm going to trade into him when I want to, or I'm going to just walk away. You can just walk away. Another big tip, I'm going to throw this out here really quick, as quickly as possible. Don't do this solo. Just don't hurt yourself that way. It's not a lot of fun to do this solo. If you're good enough, sure, you can win some, but it's always a frustrating experience when you get a teammate who is trying to run some type of gimmick, like trying to self-proc his Tree Sentinel spear, or not spear, the shield, and trying to do his best to, I guess, run around and throw out attacks from safety. It doesn't really work. Yes, in a 3v3 that can work, but in a 2v2, it doesn't really work all that well. You really want to be in people's face, keep the movement going, go for your big jump attack openings, because that's the name of the game in 2v2s. Lots of jumping. But it's really frustrating when you run it when your teammate is opponent like that, and he just keeps feeding. And when you don't want people to feed, that's a bad thing. So run a big damage setup. Melee is preferable in a 2v2. Sometimes spells can help, but they're not really needed. Mostly it's just weapon arts to catch people off guard. Sacred Blade you can use if you've got decent faith. I was just using it for fun. Stormblade is a good one. Stormblade's a really good one to just kind of spook a guy who's not looking at you. Anything that is like a small option to say, hey, I still exist, you don't get to pressure my opponent. That is a big deal, and you want that. And in this video, I showcased a little bit of that, while at the same time not having to freak out too much about the guys you're fighting, because you can just walk away. That's a big part of the 2v2s is picking your engagement. Don't play it like a duel. You're only going in for your big damage. That's what's going to win you the fight. You only have 5 minutes to kill these guys more times than they kill you. So it's very important that you understand what your role is. And while you have a teammate you can talk to, that's very important, because you can coordinate what weapons you're using and what's going to work out for the both of you. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. These are really quick and obvious tips. Just kind of get in there, showcase what it is you're supposed to do, and hopefully you can get some wins. That's what I tried to do with this video, but we will see in the future what 2v2s turn into, but at the moment, it's mostly just looking for big openings for your attack when somebody gets stunned. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.